headed to practice, and we're coming off of a tournament, a 3-day tournament with both my boys team and my girls team. So I learned a bunch about both of them, because you learn a lot about a team and people you're playing with by playing games with them. And that could be actual volleyball games, that could be fun learning games, that could be fun practice volleyball games, anything like that. So I learned a whole bunch about both of my teams, and a few of the takeaways that I got from this tournament is we need to continue to be, on the girl side, we need to continue to be competitive at the net. We got to learn to be strong on our block, and also getting up tight to the net with our offense and going up and swinging. When we serve and pass, we do very well, and when we're playing together as a team and having fun and being confident with each other, we play 1,000 times better. And maybe I'll start with that, because that's something you could do separate from coach. So a lot of teams are looking for coaches to kind of be cheerleaders, and that's not really Coach Gabe or I's style at all. And we're more along the lines of the coaching style that we've always liked and gravitated towards, which is being like very chill on the sideline, watching the game, analyzing the other side, and then giving very specific, intentional information about the other team to our team or individual people, so that we can win easier, faster, better, no problem. And that's definitely my coaching style, but not to sit there and, like, I'll cheer for my team if we do something cool, and I'll clap and I'll get into it, and I'm in the game for real. But I'm not gonna be jumping around and screaming and like hyping you up and trying to fix your attitude in a very obvious way when we are in a packed gym. That's your teammates' job. Every single time you come into the middle of the court, you got to get on the same page with your teammates, because they're the ones you're actually battling with at that exact moment. And if there's something that's going wrong in the whole game, that's where I call a timeout and I say, we just gave up 4 points in a row. We need to fix this, this, and this. Here's how you do that. Here you go. Rally team, let's go. Boom. Timeout over. So that's a couple of things I learned from the girl side, and we did okay. We were at 4-4, and we only lost one game that we shouldn't have lost, because we played a very consistent team from the club that I used to coach at down at the Bay Area, and they just know what they're doing down there. Even their 2s and 3s teams have insane discipline and like mechanics, so that even when they're bad or like not as good teams step on the court, they're still doing all the basics right consistently, that they end up beating teams like us, where we have those basics and we rely on them for a while, and we are intentional about what we know, and we're trying super hard, and we're playing well, and we get the occasional crazy swing and play or whatever. Our scrapping defense is nuts. We get a block sometimes. All those kind of like jagged ups and downs, but they were smooth sailing the whole time, and they were consistent enough to beat us in 3. And so they played the long game with that, and that's something that we need to learn from like ASAP, because we can have all these crazy plays and we can be a rah-rah team and ride the roller coaster a little bit, but if we come into contact with a consistent team, we need to figure out a way to beat them. And the only way that I know how to be a consistent team is to be a consistent team, or just be so ridiculously good that you can stay on a run, that you start from point 0 all the way up into the late teens. But even then, if you do that and you get a big lead, this consistent team is still chipping away points all the way to the end. And if you have a lineup or a section of your offense that you get stuck in, or you're a little bit not as good in, that consistent team can catch up and eventually just smoothly win, which is exactly what happened to us. And so we need to figure out a way to become more consistent, and that's something I'm thinking about as coach going into practice tonight. And so 4-4 on the girls side, and then on the boys side, it was actually kind of fun. We were very competitive. We were big at the net. We were playing some pretty high-level ball. We played a lot of good teams, but my boys ended up having a little bit better record, and I think they got 3rd, or they won bronze. I'm not sure which one, but something about 3rd we won. I missed the last day because I was at the girls tournament alone, but Gabe got to head over and coach the boys tournament alone, and they ended up doing great. So a lot of things to be focused on over there. And on that side, they were talking a lot about not playing down to the level of their opponent. So if somebody is worse than them, this is something we talked about so much in the regular season for our boys, is not playing down to their level, keeping everything on our side of the court. And even if the other side is talking trash, or if they're just putting over weird balls like from like, I don't know, an A ball or something and just being weird, or free balling over a whole bunch, that we're not taking the game off and taking points off and being super chill and thinking, oh, this game's easy, we got it in the bag, it's whatever, we don't have to try, and then we end up playing down to their level. That's something we've been talking about on the boys' side, and they have yet to do that, and they're very excited to be playing with each other. One of them got hurt, so hopefully he's okay. We've been praying for him. Hopefully he can get back soon. We need him. But everybody else has been fine, and my setters I've been on constant communication with, because there's 2 players that have the same kind of tempo to the outside that they like, and they're completely different like hitters, and their approach looks different, but the tempo for the set is the same, and I figured that out like early on. And then we have 2 other outsides whose tempo is way more similar, higher, but still a little bit more tempo and in the court. And so my setters need to figure that out with a little mental shift. And if you're a setter out there, you can kind of think about this, like, you need to know who you're setting, when, and then eventually why. But you need to know who you're setting, especially, so that you can adjust your set to them. And then you need to know where you're at on the court, so you know what kind of options on offense that you have. So I don't want to see you coming out of the back row and dumping. I don't want to see you in the front row setting a red to nobody. So those are some little things that we got to work on. But for my girls' side, again, we worked on back row attacks these last couple practices, and those did make an appearance at the tournament. They were way higher and way off the net, but we were hitting them. So something to think about there. My offense just needs a higher ball for that, and there's only one girl that we were really setting them to, and so I'm glad that we got a couple looks from the back row, because that just wasn't an option last regular season, but going into the summer it seems like it is. So I'm headed to a couple of private lessons, and then we'll jump into practice. I know I didn't do a breakdown of it, that's just because I don't have one. Like, we're gonna wing it, but we have the things that we need to work on. I would not be surprised if there's some covering. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some blocking, a lot of gameplay, and our regular warm-up, maybe some serving and passing, maybe some more direct serving and passing. So I'm jumping into 2 lessons in practice, and me and you can jump right into the first drill that we do with my 15s in about 1 second. We decided to slow practice down and do more intentional stuff, because they just played for 3 days. So Anya's showing them the wall warm-up. Oh, come on, setters, let's go, setters and middles. We gotta find a way to get our gaps involved, so that's what we're gonna work on right now. Come here, setter middles. So one of the biggest ways we can get our middles involved in games, especially if we're not passing very well, is we gotta find gaps, and we gotta be able to find them from here all the way to 13 feet for sure. You guys do that by staying open, big chest, and like getting up and throwing the ball down, and you guys do that by getting around the ball early and like trusting it out of your hands and just letting it fly. So that's what we're gonna be working on right now. I'm gonna toss you a ball, setters. Just hover around the 10-foot, get a 1-2 high hands, flat, fast to my gaps, go up and catch a couple.
Wait, where are we running gaps? Like, where are they gonna, like, hit?
In between Gabe and Lexi. Okay. Green volleyball.
What?
See the green volleyball on the tape?
That's actually teal. Yeah. Get it right, Lucas.
Okay, ready? Get up there.
Sally, you go first.
Yeah, ball. Psych, Anya, I'm throwing it off the net. All right, now we're going. Ball.
I'm actually not prepared.
Sorry. Wider, wider, lower. So for us, yeah, we figured out that this is more of a put it in their hand ball. Get up there, ball. Where you? It's not completely through yet because we're not gigantic yet. It's a ball over the tape, and you gotta keep your hands high the whole time, tracking it high, following through high, and just put it in their hand. This is the best way I can say it. And then for you guys, you're pretending like you see the pass over your shoulder. It's pulling you off the net and her off the net. You're keeping your chest wide to them, and then you're this far so you can do one of these and throw it over. And if it's perfect, you hit it. Feet set, high hands, faster. Lower, yeah, lower, same tempo. Ball.
Anya, that was just like a little bit.
Yeah, lower and flatter. There you go, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one, right? That's a throw over ball.
Am I too early?
Let me see.
Wait, was that not too off?
That's a perfect ball.
It was a little bit off.
Faster.
It's not good enough for faster.
Setters, do 2 in a row. 2 in a row. Good. Faster. And through. 2 in a row, Danny. That's not you. That's great. Don't hurt my Sally. High hands. Touch. Good. How's that? Around it. Good ball. How's that last one? It can die on the inside, so you can go like this and throw it over. High hands. Fire. Faster. Don't even let this ball come in. We're loaded on this one. It's just a redirect. It's literally in the way of your follow through. Like we're just loaded, turn, set. Loaded, turn, set. Yes, that's way better. Again, loaded up. Good. Yeah, we gotta be able to find these. I'm gonna go a little higher, like a pass. Square up left shoulder to her. Yeah, that's much better. Good. Left shoulder's good. Now don't let it come in. Just chuck it. Yes, that's a perfect ball. High ball.
Wait, wide or high?
High. That one's high. Ball, you think you can hit that? Okay. Low, tight. Just tight. High. Good. This is the fix to all of our problems. I'm convinced. I want to tell you to throw them down, but they're over there passing. Keep going. Setters, I'm gonna move you around now. We'll go 10 foot or perfect pass. Just gaps. Early ball. Still 2, yeah. Good set. Still 2 in a row. Good. Flatter. 1 ball over the tape. Out a little bit. High ball. Barely. Yeah, good. You just gotta have loaded arms and chuck them up. Low ball. Slow ball, I mean. Good ball. That's a perfect ball. Good. Oh, yeah. No, that's good. Get around it. Good. Good. Those are good. Way off, find it. That's fine for that far off. Good, that one. Okay, bring it in. This is the key. Ones are super tough in serve receive, especially when they have a giant blocker standing there ready to block them with the help of the outside. So we gotta be able to find this gap. And you guys, if you feel like you're off or whatever, throw downs are your #1 option. Like if it's tight at all and you can't swing, we have to throw the ball down. And if you can't throw it down, tip, can't fire. Let's do some ones. Catching ones. Ball. Whoa, no. That's a push one. No, you're fine. It was that, but yeah, it was a make it work kind of play. That's your fault, Yanya. Wide. That's wide too. Why are we doing that? Stop doing that. Stand right here. Danny. That's your approach if she's that far. That's how far I want it. Just 1 foot. You got setters, we gotta be better at like going straight up. Just a little thumb touch straight up.
So you can see the
Watch me. We gotta tighten up this room for error. The less time that they have between, put your hands up, your hands and the ball, the better. Like I want them to just go up, paddle it over. And then if it's a perfect set, then crush it. But if it's not there, just tip or throw down. Ball. Wide ball. Good, that one, that one. If they can trust it that it's gonna be 1 foot in front of our toes, then we're gonna be in good shape. Wide ball. Maybe that's why we've been missing these. Good. You're up. Wide ball. Low ball. Low ball. Ball. Good. Good. Ball at arm's length. That's playable, right?
Yeah.
Ball. Good. Okay, we're done. That's it. Get a sip or hang out or do something else. Good job. Oh, actually shag. Water and then shag. All right, nice. I like that we're slowing it down a little bit. I don't know what's next. Probably free ball passing. We'll see.
Wait, I like that angle the best.
That's cool, right? I'm gonna try to get that again today. I'm about it. Get up, Sally. Psych, Sally! Well, I wish it was a cooler clip than that, but we're gonna play short court and we'll jump to whatever's next. Okay, we're just gonna do the defense portion of free ball passing. Yeah.
That was up and
Ball.
out of here. I'm the ball.
Hit the ground!
That was the one.
That is the one. Okay.
Nice, Sally.
Good touch. Hit the ground! You got that.
I'm happy about
Nice up. Good touch, it's fine. Hit the ground! She really is. Nice, up. Good touch, we'll play that.
What?
Forward move.
Good.
You
Good.
guys don't forget to do too.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Allie.
Yes. Perfect pass.
Nice up, ball.
Gosh.
Good up.
That was like generationally out.
Good, Sally. Good effort, that's a tough one. Quick shag. Quick shag. All right, you get the idea. We're gonna do oppos and then we'll jump to something else. All right, we'll do 5 before 7, but I'm gonna hit a down ball at the libs. Libs dig the ball. Middles work on your gaps and your throwdowns, and then everybody else try to get in system from a down ball swing. Cool.
Only said in
We're working on middles and oppos here. That's who you got. 0-0. Go. Yeah. Yeah. 5 before 7. Whoa. I need a scoreboard. I like this. This is good. 1-0 offense. Here we go. Yeah. Go. 1-1. Yeah. Come on, play it out. Wash. That's what it is. I was wondering if I was the only one that saw it in. I'm the only one that gets to say, so. Point.
Are we only getting a point if we can get the third ball over?
Yeah, on a swing or something aggressive. Ball. Good touch, Lex. Come on. Good. Good. Yo, this is a good time to work on your own side's energy. It doesn't have to be crazy, but on good stuff it should be. Point. 7. Well, I might change it just because it's a down ball. Wash. Wash. She's back row. Good. Nice play, ball. Ball. Nice pass, Lexi. Good ball. Rotate. Good throw down. Touch, touch. Oh, we gotta expect that to come. She's running at you and she's on the ground. You just pop it over like this. Ball. Same thing. Point. Ball. Nice ball. Good. In, right? We got. Ho. Point. Ball. Point. Ball. Point. Good job, Bob. Point. Game point offense. Ball. Nice touch, Lex.
You're out.
Game. Shag him up. All right, Olive. Way to make it happen. Shag everybody. There's a bunch. Okay, this is shaping up to be a shorter practice, but I'm okay with that because we did a whole bunch of serving and passing and just a normal serving and passing drill that was slow, so it's whatever. So we'll see what happens next here. All right, pretty good practice, a little bit shorter, but it is what it is. We did a drill at the end where we had a lib digging down balls. Oh, you saw it. Okay, so we were doing that drill, but we were doing it with only middles and outsides. I don't know if you saw any of that. I think I turned it off before then. But I like that drill because it forces my setters to find our middles in slightly uncomfortable situations. And if you're going to be a good, well, I guess setter, but if you're going to be on a good team, middles have to be up from anywhere. And a setter who can find a middle from that far off is a setter that's going to be really good or is starting to become really good. And for me, I didn't figure that out until I was in my 17th year, I think, where I started to find my middles from off the net. 16th year I could find them on a gap like pretty consistently, but it was mostly off of a good pass or like a really good pass. And then 17th year I'd be very consistent from the 10-foot line ish, and then 18th year anywhere on the court for the most part, and then college anywhere on the court for sure. So that's something that we did that I liked a lot. I might steal that. I don't have a name for it, and we only did it because we had less players to work with, but I'm still liking that one a lot. So a good way to end practice for that. It was a little bit slower, and our team got to talk about what kind of energy we're going to have as a team and what kind of teammates we're going to be during moments like that, because it wasn't super easy for everybody. And we talked about how our team needs to figure out a way to get on the same page. And if you're on a team right now, a really good leader is somebody who can get everybody on the same page, maybe without them even knowing it. And that's why for practice, for the most part, we like to stick with the same kind of warm-up, just because everyone's comfortable with the first couple things that we do, and it steers them in the direction of getting competitive and winning in all things volleyball and a team mindset. And so if you can do that on a personal level, if you're a player also, and touch base with everybody on your team and figure out how everybody's doing, and if they're not doing good or what the moment calls for, you can kind of work on them throughout the practice by touching base with them, by figuring out what they need from the set, in my case, I'm always talking about setter stuff because that's what I played. So, but it could be anything. You could be a lib and you could do this, touching base with your players. But that's a good way to be a good teammate and a good leader. And we got to figure out a way to get on the same page as a team. I remember how I would do it would be different at the beginning of practice than the end. Like when we were just warming up, having fun, playing deep court. That's a really good time to figure out how everybody's playing and like doing on a personal level. For dudes or for guys, it wasn't really. It was pretty much strictly business when we were playing volleyball in club. So for me, I haven't really had much experience with somebody being like very sad or mad and trying to fix that and turn that into volleyball mode. But with this girls team, I'm getting a lot of that, and so it's not that hard. Like, you can figure it out. You just keep hanging out with them, keep talking to them, and try to get on the same page and make sure you guys are clicking well before you talk about anything very serious and volleyball related. For boys, it was the complete opposite. Like, if you could tell they were down, you wouldn't say anything. You would just play volleyball, and then after you played volleyball for a while, then they would end up telling you, and then you could fix it. Because guys battle to bond and girls bond to battle. And so that was just something I noticed from the difference between coaching boys and girls. But I think it was pretty good practice. It was short, less people. We had a bunch of excuses to have a bad one, but we had a good one anyway. And in the middle, we just did servers versus passers for a long time, and we did Ohio for a long time. And Ohio was on fire because Gabe was playing, and Gabe has riled the whole team up by being very loud and like funny, but not unserious funny, just funny. So he'd be like running around and he'd be talking through the net and stuff and getting the team fired up. And we told them afterwards, like, that's how a volleyball player communicates on the court, and they thought we were joking, but that is how a volleyball player communicates on the court. And they're loud and they're saying what they see and they're trying really hard. And he brought the whole gameplay level up a whole bunch, so we ended up playing Ohio like way extra. So that was fun for me. But other than that, good practice, a little bit shorter one. I'm really starting to think about doing a bonus episode tomorrow for boys, and just giving you a glimpse into what it's looking like over there, because they're doing pretty good. And so we'll see if that goes down. That is the tentative plan as of right now. So that's it for me and you. Hopefully you're learning a lot. Hopefully you're getting touches at home, and hopefully you're just loving volleyball more and more. That's all I got, though. I will see you I'll see you either really soon or I'll see you in a couple of days. So I will, if the Lord says the same. So I'll see you for that. Peace out.